Well, good morning again from FlearSpy. I spoke yesterday in the video about the waves and surfing and how that kind of relates to trading in many different ways. And I've got FlearSpy Bay behind me, and actually over there in the point there's a good surfing spot, I believe. I've never surfed here. I'm going to take a time-lapse video and show you the sets coming in and try and speed it up and quickly show you in about 30 seconds the sequence of waves as they come in sets, and then the lulls in between them. And generally waves come in sets of 3, 5, 9 or 7 being most common. And in between those sets there's normally a lull which lasts longer than the period of time which the sets occupy themselves. So most of the time there's nothing to do. And then when the sets come, you've got to be ready, in position and ready to take the wave. Let's do a quick time lapse. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that and that little bit of esoteric info on the waves and surfing and the markets, and the fact that there are 3, 5, 7, 9 waves in a set, and the big lulls in between the sets, and being positioned correctly, knowing when to kick in, kick out, all that sort of thing. Lots of similarities, and we'll touch on that again in the future, including things like Fibonacci ratios and the way the waves react to those. So I find all that pretty fascinating. But let's go through the charts. I'm still in FlearSpy, so I thought I'd take a slightly more relaxed day today, but I think I'll just get this info out to you in a very short period of time. So Forex majors, as I thought, the euro and the pound, etc., moving down against the US dollar. Look at the dollar index, and you can see after that bull flag, we had a big rally yesterday, and we're up at the 200 period moving average. This is a crucial point and a key crunch point. If we can't hold beneath that moving average, we're going to have to move up into these higher levels. And in fact, the next major resistance is up at around 105.50 to 106, up in this red zone. But we do have a couple of moving averages and some swing highs, notably at 104.70, and then this one over here at about 104.20. Right now, we're at 103.50. There's still room for the dollar index to go up, but we'll be watching for a dramatic spike high or a reversal or an engulfing candle, something like that, at these sort of levels to see the dollar continue to move down. Overall, I think the dollar is going to be ranged for much of 2024. Bear that in mind and go and rewatch some of my strategy videos where I cover 2024 in detail. So basically, euro and pound, we don't have any trades, but we are short on the dollar yen, and I've given lots of updates on this recently. I've told you that we're edging very gently, very gingerly into a short position, starting at these levels here, 38.50, 618 fib. Pause the video and go check out the prices on those levels. I'm allowing for a move back up into some of these red zones again, and that's why I'm edging very gingerly into this short trade. We've still got plenty of ammo left to go on that one, no problems at all. We're also short Swiss yen, waiting for a channel breakdown over here, and it looks like the Swiss yen is trying to top out in this sort of double Wyckoff type pattern, which is pretty cool. If we can break beneath this channel, note where the 20, the 50, the 100 and the 200 day moving averages way below us. Our first target is about 160 on Swiss yen. We're at 170 now, but there's plenty of space for this to go a lot lower. We'll keep an eye on this very closely, and I'll be looking to add further short positions as and when we move down. Same with the dollar yen. Right, stocks are moving down sharply today in pre-market. NASDAQ moving down, S&P moving down. Unfortunately, we don't have a position on those, but we are short on AMD and looking to short NVIDIA. Now, these may have moved down quite a lot in pre-market. I don't quite have those numbers on here just yet, and I'm not sure what's pulling the NASDAQ and the SPX down. I'm guessing it's Apple, and that'll pop up shortly. In any case, we want to get short on the NASDAQ if we can. Maybe slightly higher up on both of these, S&P as well. And we want to get short on NVIDIA. We're already short on AMD. And I'll be looking generally across the tech stocks for opportunities to sell. Having said that, there could be a lot of upside still. I'll give you one example, and that's Microsoft. Look how Microsoft is trading in this beautiful long-term channel. Let's switch to the week chart, and it really doesn't get neater than that. So this formed a support line all the way up here. We broke beneath it, formed a new support line that we're trading along. 2 lines in parallel. I could draw another channel in parallel to that running along this top here. In any case, what I'm trying to illustrate to you is Microsoft could reach the top of this channel, and that would take us to 420, the famous 420 number, of course. That's where Tesla was trading at one point, remember, at 420. There was a lot of talk about 420 and Joe Rogan and Elon Musk and a little bit of weird stuff going on the internet. So be very careful of the upside because there's plenty of it above us, but I think we need to pull back. My general idea for stocks is a move down into the first quarter, maybe the second quarter. Interest rate adjustments by the US and various other central banks will start taking place from March onwards. That's going to affect how the stock markets trade. And of course, we've got the big, massive element in the room, and that's the US elections later in the year. And what a result in Iowa this week. It looks like Donald Trump has got more support than a lot of people would have thought, and traders are starting to think already how this might affect the markets in 2025, including the energy markets and the stock market specifically. Going across to gold, we're long on gold, but this is looking weak so far. Basically, again, similar to the dollar yen, we've got plenty of ammo on this, looking to buy dips. As long as we're above about 1800, I think gold's got a good chance of moving back up to new all-time highs and beyond that into the rest of the year. So we're long on gold, nothing on silver, diddling in the middle. As always, I don't like silver at all. Looks like a head and shoulders actually. So aim for about $20 on silver by the looks of things. $20.80 perhaps for silver. UEC and URA, we got out at the top yesterday on both of these. So we're not in any uranium trades right now. London cocoa, we're out of. We took profit on that. But US cocoa, we've just gone short. Actually, we went short at the red line. And this has rallied up dramatically yesterday. A huge, massive move yesterday. Actually, when you zoom out like this, it doesn't look too bad. But when you zoom in, it looks like a big, big candle, and that's what it is. I'm hoping for a pullback at least to this exit point of this consolidation zone, in other words, the breakout level. I'll probably consider exiting my trade at break even if we do get back there, but that's that red line. We'll play it by ear when we get there. I don't know quite what's going to happen. If we have a massive spike high or a huge bearish engulfing candle like this one over here, notice the last time we broke out of a resistance level over here, we had exactly that big bearish engulfing candle. So let's see how today plays out. But I will consider taking profit at break even if we get back to the red line. I don't know just yet. Stay tuned. We're long on soybean, just trying a play off the bottom of this channel. Bit of a spike low yesterday, a bit of a bounce. Let's see if we can get this path going up from here. We may have to consider dips on soya all the way down to here. Let's see how we go with soya. We might be able to grab a few dollars on a rally back up to this pink zone at around about 1290. Perhaps even higher, back up to the top of the channel with a bit of luck. Failing this channel bottom, we may have to visit 78.6% Fibonacci. Note we're at the 618 right now, or even the bottom of this range. Brent crude and WTI looking weak again. Generally, this is the path I was hoping for. We are long on this, but we've got stops at break even, and I was hoping for a rally into the pink zone. It looks like we may not get that. I don't know, but this is the general idea. I do think oil is going to get weaker, but I was hoping for a better price to sell into. However, having said that, when we look at the weekly chart, we've still got a conglomeration of spike lows or wick lows down here, similar to the last time that this occurred. So perhaps, just perhaps, with a bit of luck, we can hold above these levels and begin to move higher for another opportunity to sell. And then natural gas, well, really, we're just falling back into the $2.80 level. It's a very key and big support level. I was hoping $3 would hold. It didn't. We're long from $2.61. We took 75% of our profit up at these highs. We've got a 25% position left. Stops are at break even, but I'm still hoping for a rally back up into the top of the channel at around about $3.80. And then finally on this page, US 10-year yield, try to hold support here above the 20-period moving average and being held down by the 200. Quite an interesting scenario. Got the big guy up there holding it down, the little guy here holding it up. Which is going to win? I don't know. The short-term momentum looks like we're going up, so I think we need a bit of a retracement into some of these Fibonacci levels, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got all the way up to 4.4% or even 4.5 or 4.6, perhaps even 4.75, 4.8%. That would be a great opportunity to have another go at shorts. We don't have any trades on that at the moment. I have a very tiny position long on VIXY. There's been a lot of talk about the VIX and big orders going in to buy the VIX. I do have a small position on VIXY. It's not worth really talking about, and it's not part of my official trade calls. Coinbase, we were short all the way from the 20-period moving average down to the bottom here. We've taken profits on this. I think we could carry on moving lower, looking for a bounce back up to the 20-period moving average. That would take us back up to 158. Maybe we even have to get up to 170 or so. I don't know. But we'll start to look to sell Coinbase again into the 158 region. Bitcoin's a super interesting chart. After the ETF approval was granted, Bitcoin promptly collapsed. There are all sorts of reasons why this could be. The fact is it's just done it, so there's not much to debate about it. And the key now is what happens right here. Now look where we've got to, back to the underside of the channel, the 20-period moving average, and just failing there at the moment. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to manage to get up through there. We may have to surprise a few people and blast some of the fresh shorts away and get right back up into the highs, maybe even to 50,000 or so, maybe 51, 52 before there's another chance to short. However, if we don't manage to get up above here and close above here, the channel bottom and the 20-period moving average, we could see Bitcoin moving down. Take care, have a fantastic trading day, good luck, and I'll speak to you soon.